My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is January 16, 2026. It is 2:09 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1 is on PYTE. I was talking about some of the squaddies who share their experience with Meghan's tea. Erica, who's on TikTok, I came across one of her tweets on X. Well, somebody shared her video, her TikTok video on X, which is in my video now. Her testimony of Meghan's peppermint tea and honey. All right, so she was kind of sick, and she was just sharing her experience, and I thought that was a good thing. And I think I took a screenshot of that tweet, put it on my community board for you. Let me see. Yep, this one. It's on my last video. But anyway, let's get started. This is the first tweet. Prince Harry to give evidence in lawsuit against Daily Mail next week. Reuters. There's a video that I did late afternoon. I don't know if I scheduled it. I think I scheduled it. It's 3 tweets that, I didn't make a thumbnails for it here. It's 13 minutes. All right. It's an ABC video of in the US highlighting that the news. Do I have it here? Okay. In that video, I have a news outlet in the US talking about Harry's upcoming lawsuit in the UK. So it's in that video. I need to make a thumbnails for it. So I schedule it for 8 a.m. All right, so back on this. I'm not going Reuters, you know what? I could read part of it. I'll leave the link in the description for you, okay? Harry, the youngest son of King Charles, is suing Associate newspaper over alleged unlawful information gathering dating back 30 years. The 6 other claimants, Jone, John's husband David Furnish, actor Liz Hurley, and city force, former lawmaker Simon Hughes, and anti-racism campaigner Doreen Lawrence, who sits in the House of Lords. Associated reject any wrongdoing by its title, saying there is no basis to what it described as a claimant's preposterous smear against its journalists. The 9-week trial starts on Monday and will see the claimant give evidence at London High Court. Harry will be in the witness box on January 22nd, according to a draft trial timetable made public on Thursday. The prince, who now lives in California after giving up royal duty, is not expected to meet his father while in Britain. There's a tweet saying that William will go somewhere. Is it Wales? I don't know. He's gonna be somewhere while Harry's in the UK. John and Furnish are due to give evidence in February, but will seek to do so remotely, their lawyer said. And an indication of the case ferocity, Associated will argue some of the claimants' legal team were involved in a conspiracy to conceal knowledge of alleged wrongdoing at the Mail from some claimants. A lawyer representing the claimant said Associated should not be allowed to accuse lawyers of such fraud. Oops, it's moving. Dishonesty and conspiracy at the trial. The judge said he will allow it if the accusation were contained in Associated written defense. Thursday's final pre-trial hearing also featured discussion on whether a key witness, former private investigator Gavin Burroughs, who has retracted an original witness statement in which he said he carried out an unlawful act on behalf of Associated, will give live evidence. Burroughs' lawyer said his client was concerned that by appearing in court, he might put himself at personal risk. All right, Harry's last remaining case against the UK press. Associated unsuccessfully applied to throw out the cases in 2023 because they had been brought too late. The case is the last brought by Harry and his wife Meghan against media organizations since 2019, and what he has described as his mission to rid the British press of executives and editors that abuse their power. Harry won his case against Mirror Group in 2023 and last year settled his lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch's British newspaper, News Group newspaper, accepting an apology and damages for privacy breaches against him and his late mother, Princess Diana. Here's the apology. Okay. He has long blamed the press for Diana's death and Paris car crash in 1997 as her vehicle sped away from paparazzi after she fired her Royal Security Detachment because of suspicious ways and documents faked by a TV reporter to get an interview. All right, that's Martin Bashir, I think. All right, what is this here? All right, let's leave that alone. So that's that. I read the article. The link will be in the description. Maybe later I'll put it on my community board for you guys as well. All right, let's read some of the comments here. Go kick some ass, Harry. Bring it on. Go, Harry. Go, Harry. All right, so that's his last lawsuit. All right, next tweet. Okay. Where is this coming from? Okay. I'd like to remind everyone what Prince Harry said just 4 months ago, pointing down here, and another quote from 1 year ago at Dealbrook Summit, quote, I very much enjoy living here and bringing my kids up here. I feel as though it's the life my mom wanted for me, end quote. He adds, it is only in certain element of that press where you see this talk about me being down or saying I'm not smiling. This comes from people who think they know what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling. They won't. I think part of the British press wants to believe that I'm miserable, but I'm not. I'm very happy with who I am and I like the life that I live. All right. So she got this from under, okay, Kaiser, Celebrity. So in that one, Celebrity was highlighting the US Weekly. US Weekly, Prince Harry is torn between two worlds 6 years after the Sussex exit. Yeah, these people, they, like I've said in so many of my videos, the tabloid, and now the US is carrying the same thing that the UK has been doing. They want you to forget all your senses. Do not rely on your natural God-given gifts of your senses, your sight, smell, touch, taste, all of that, hearing. They do not, well, yeah, they do not want you to hear, to rely on this. You could only rely on them only. Whatever they tell you, this is what you should rely on. All right, so let's see here, more comments here. He literally have to say the same thing every 6 months. Kaiser is aware of Harry's statement, but she also relies on clicks. Harry and Meghan feed as many people in the USA as the government. This wasn't directed at Kaiser. Yeah, she's making... Okay, the other day I actually was highlighting how Celebrity does her thing. Whatever article she's gonna talk about, she reads it herself, and then before she writes her tweets or wherever platform she's on, she will give her opinion or her understanding of what she just read, and then underneath it she will put the quote, the entire quote of the article. Let me click and show you. I'm not gonna read it, but I'm just gonna click her thing to show you. I don't normally do it. All right, this is her what do you call this, her summarization. Oh, let me pause this so I don't get flagged. This is her summary of the article, and this is where she pick it. You see, there's the quote here, beginning of the quote. Where's the end quote? All right, she didn't put the end quote, but technically this is the article. Maybe the article continues further down. Okay, so that's the article here. All right, this is the article where she grabbed it, and you could read it yourself. All right, that's the way she does all of her thing. All right, so that's that. All right, so done with this. I read some of the comments here already. Next tweet. Alright, so this is the tweet that's mentioning William and Kate is gonna go to Scotland. Alright. Will's whole life equal a response to Harry. Said, if Harry and Meghan move back to the UK, they won't. Imagine how lazy they will make Will and Kate look. Each time Harry does something, Will gets busy. Prince William and Kate are going to Scotland next week to avoid Prince Harry. It's like, what? Harry's minding his own business. That was yesterday, January 15, 2026. Oh my God, Harry actually planning for Kensington Palace to start being busy. The only reason we came off our perma vacation to do this engagement is because Harry is in town. They're going together or in separate helicopters. The British tabloid have turned William into a joke. That's true. Yeah, some of the headline they're writing about him is just unbelievable. They're even writing about things that he does in his private bedroom. I mean, I know it's stupid, but the tabloid is writing about it. The will-be king, who promises to create a modern UK, runs and hides every time his brother comes to town. I always feel like, okay, for those who might be new, that when William settled with the tabloid, that was not made public. It was when Harry, I think his first lawsuit with the tabloid, it came to court that William had settled with the tabloid. I always feel like the tabloid must have given him a little extra. Okay, this is full-blown my stupid opinion, okay? They give him a little bit extra. That extra was for him to make sure his brother, Harry, does not sue them. But I think he took the money because he felt like he has control over Harry. But when it comes to Harry, with the lawsuit and the tabloid, William can't control him. All right. You see how far some people in the palace was so upset at Harry for mentioning certain people on the lawsuit, and they were telling him remove the name or else, and the security issues and many other things that follows. I truly believe it's big. One of many of the reasons is because William cannot control Harry, and I don't know, he can give the money back, because that was all the thing he had to do. And in many ways, I don't think William truly, well, he probably does understand his position. Well, he used it in the wrong way, but afraid of some people that he should not be afraid of. It's so complicated, the way that I see it, very complicated. And obviously, I don't know, okay? It's just my opinion. And how will Lazy Willie avoid Kate while in Scotland? Separate hotels? They're so pathetic, always running from Harry. No one is surprised. Typical, so pathetic, both of them. No, you misunderstand the royal media complex. Note the name attached to the story. Either the person who wrote it is too ashamed to attach their name to it, and this is more likely it's an AI generator. Okay. Harry does nothing. Meghan just copy other people's ideas. William whole life. Okay. Whatever. This is the Derangers. Let me black this one. Meghan copy other people's ideas. Okay. How come the copyright owners don't come? She collab with people. The business with the bookmark collaboration must mean so much to this company. But instead, these people are saying they're BS. To attach your name with Meghan, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Stamp of approval.
Did you always embrace this role and responsibility?
No, I don't think I understood it. I think what happened to my mum probably put me a step back, thinking, well, how could someone who did so much for the world and did so much for everybody else could be treated like that by a certain institution? So it takes a bit of getting used to, but as I said, it's once you understand the privileged position that you're in, you've then got to spend the rest of your life earning that privilege and giving back, and also gaining the trust and respect of the general public, and then using that position for good.
Affiliated, as many in your family are, with many, many charities. You're patrons of certain organizations. I read that you have about 15 charities that you're affiliated with. Your brother and sister-in-law have about 35, but that's less than some other members of your family, right? You all are doing it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So how do you focus?
So,
And tell us that by contrast, how many charities might other royals be affiliated with in different generations?
Hundreds. My grandmother had to rewrite the rule books to a certain extent. My father and my mother have also done it their way. And now we're the younger generation coming through trying to do it our way because the world has changed so much. We believe that by streamlining and by bringing people together in order to effect real positive change is the only way forward. And it worked for previous generations, and we will always say yes to becoming patron of a charity that we believe in and that we're incredibly passionate about. But I think in today's world, you have to be involved with things that make sense to where your passions lie, rather than potentially turning up to a charity once a year. I don't think that's necessarily beneficial to anybody. But our mental health campaign, Heads Together, back in the UK, is a classic example of where we were able to bring together 8 charities within the mental health sector.
With your mic.
I'm so sorry.
No worries, thank you. We were able to bring together 8 mental health charities that have been working in the sector for many, many, many years. But being able to bring them together and say, right, you guys have never sat around a table together and discussed the main issues. What we want to be able to do now is, through our foundation, create a platform in which your expertise and your experience is elevated. And therefore, you tell us what needs to be done around mental health within the UK and globally. And they said, if you can remove the stigma, that makes our life a lot easier. So that's exactly what we did. We tried to remove the stigma and tried to normalize the discussion around mental health.
So in some ways, the protocol may have been lending your name and using your name to create a halo around the organization that would benefit it. And it sounds like the younger royals are more about more than just name association, more direct action and involvement. So do you feel you're more hands-on? Is that fair to say?
I think in today's world, you have to be. I think you have to be much more hands-on. And also...
Why? I mean, why do you have to be? You could have done it the same way. You could have had 200 charities and been a patron of them. I mean, no one would have thought any different.
No, but if you end up working individually for, let's say, 200 charities, in today's world, I think that kind of dilutes the impact that you can have. What our foundation is all about and what our platform is all about is encouraging people to come together, to work together, so that there's less competition within that sector, whether it's financially or otherwise, and saying, right, guys, you're doing the same thing. Please, let's get around a table, talk to each other, work it out, and come up with a long-term strategy.
But doesn't this seem obvious? Like, why haven't other people done it then? So you've created, with your brother and sister-in-law, the Royal Foundation. Okay, you've started a charity. My first question would be, do we need another charity? So, what was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was this?
So that's my motto is exactly that. Why another charity? Our foundation is not another charity. We're not trying to take up any more space. I think we all agree that the charity sector is quite full at the moment. But as I said, what we're trying to do is use our platform to be able to bring people together to affect change.
So why haven't other people done this?
Because I genuinely believe that we as a foundation will never be able to compete with some of the other big foundations financially, as weird as that may sound, but that's fact. What we do have is a unique ability to be able to put our name and everything that comes with to a really good purpose, to a really good cause. And as I said, there are many organizations out there that have never come together and that would never sit around a table and discuss the topic of which they're all involved with, but we've proven that. We've made that possible.
So in some ways, you're leveraging your name, it seems to me. Does this create something very, very unique to you and your brother and sister-in-law, in that you can get these people to come together and talk to each other? Because working together is hard.
Yeah, well, it's hard working together as a family. It's hard working together. And it's hard working together when you are scrapping for the same money within the same sector, as a lot of people know. But through some of the initiatives that we've created, Invictus Games, as an example, that brought together 10, 12 different service charities to be able to share expertise, share knowledge, share experience, specifically around mental health, so that they were all standardization across the board to make sure that whatever the best practice was, everybody was sharing that. And therefore, if there's a wounded soldier that's left the forces, that's been lost in amongst the chaos of everything else, if they stick their head above the parapet and they go to Help for Heroes, one of the charities in the UK, if that's not for them, like you go to your supermarket, everybody chooses the supermarket that they want to go to. It's the same with the charity sector. And if you've got 101 choices to choose from, every single person is uniquely wired, and therefore their cure or their fix will be specific to them. But what we're able to do is bring everybody together once again around a table and say, right, you're now part of a group, you're part of something, and therefore anybody that comes in gets the opportunity or the option of 12 of you rather than one of you.
Whose idea was this? I mean, who was it? You or Prince William or
The Royal Foundation?
Yeah.
Can't even remember. But
was it just obviously a good idea, or?
I think it comes with the territory, doesn't it? I mean, once you realise the effect that your name and that your position can have, surely all you want to do is make sure that you spend every living day trying to bring people together and trying to make the most of that position.
But it hadn't been done before this way.
No, true. But as I said, you know, with the way that the world has changed and with the platforms that we now have, used in a positive way, we can really bring people together from all over the world, across the Commonwealth of 52 countries, of a third of the world's population, of which 60% is under the age of 30. That is a platform of youth, of which needs to be listened to.
But the scale.
William begs to differ. All right, so that's from Mirror. Prince William. Prince William spent hours trolling online forum where he posts under fake names. Okay. Oh, now I remember this. This person is responding to this tweet here, where this person says William doesn't live on social media, unlike the twerking grifters. Harry and Meghan are not really on social media. Meghan is on IG only. That's the only place that I know Meghan is. And her business is there. That's where she make her public announcement. And then when she's showing behind the scene things, that's her private IG account. Not private, but her personal. That's the word. Personal IG account. So that's the only place Meghan is on IG. So this hater forgot this headline was out there already. Okay? So the Mirror had already written, Prince William spent hours trolling online forum where he posts under fake names. Prince William has opened up in an interview about one of his favorite hobbies and has admitted how it keeps him online for ages as he trolls online forum giving his opinion. All right, so this is the thing. Let me see how it started. Okay, it started from this. Let's pause that. Yeah, I hate Kate. Okay, so this is someone that I blocked. Yeah, I hate Kate. In one article, you managed to make her birthday about Meghan because, I mean, who will stop to read the drivel without Meghan's name on it? 2, you just confirmed William really snubbed his wife's birthday. Not only didn't he post anything wishing her shit, he also didn't attend this down-to-earth celebration that you tell us of. There's a laugh here. I love it. When you full score on goals, now go and claim your dog food payment. Making reference to one of the warlords who was getting dog food from, I think, Kate's brother or something. I'm glad Kate enjoyed her lunch on my taxes. There's that. You're welcome, Kitty. And this is where this pop up. William doesn't live on social media, unlike the twerking grifters. And then she responded, there's that. Oh my God. Prince William spent hours. If you say so, honey. Okay, so there's that. The squad have receipt next to it. Alright, this one has to do with Prince Harry and Invictus. So that might be a different things here. Oh no, okay, never mind. Aussie Samara Gill called Invictus game a PR stunt for the Sussex squad and the Sussexes, and that she wishes that it was more about those wounded soldiers. Earthshot is a PR stunt. Yeah, I didn't really talk about the Earthshot when it was in South America, but there was some stuff. Christiana Amopo, I think, interviewed William. And that particular interview, it was stated that it's like a for-profit thing. It's in one of my videos. I remember talking about it, and I was like, I thought it was a charity, not whatever it may be, but it was not for profit. That was my initial understanding. But when he went to South America, he let it be known that it was like a for-profit kind of thing. I create to stroke the ego of a weak man who is extremely jealous of his little brother. What is that? Prince Harry's Invictus games skewed as little more than a PR stunt. A new commentator claims Prince Harry's Invictus game is now just a PR stunt. Well, tell that to that person, what's his position in the UK, who was trying to get Invictus back to the UK.
So it's fantastic news today that the Chancellor is giving us £26 million in order to put a bid in for the Invictus Games to come to the United Kingdom. Now, when I said I wanted this to be the best country in the world to be a veteran, I want us to become global leaders in recovery from conflict. And there's no greater institution in this country that's done that than the Invictus Games. I want to work hard now to put in a really world-class bid to bring these games to the UK and have a festival of recovery around that event. I want us to lead the world when it comes to veterans care, and this gives us a really good hook going forward to make sure that's the case.
They spend a good amount of money to bring Invictus, I think Birmingham is gonna be. Meanwhile, the government of Birmingham lead the city, or how do you call it, city, town, or whatever, to a situation where it was bankrupt, kind of bankrupt. I highlighted it, and it, for me, I feel like it was a manufactured thing to get Invictus over there. All right, because they know they will make money off of it. All right, and tell that to the participants because they know how well the Invictus helped them. Now, many of us might know just the Invictus game, but there are things that's going on year-round to help the veterans, okay? Whether it's mental, I don't know, other things that they do for them, do meetups, do hiking and different things to get their mental well-being to a state of function properly. It's a year-round thing. It's not just the Invictus game. All right, royal commentator Samara Gill claimed the Invictus games had changed over the years. She said, you know, I'm wondering if they could sue them for defamation because it's not a PR stunt thing. You know, I feel like that it is Invictus game was, okay? You know, I feel there's the part here putting opinion. You know, I feel like that is what Invictus game was, but now I feel like it's just a PR stunt for the Sussex squad and the Sussexes. I mean, look at this. Every single day, I have many tweets to share with you. The squad talk. They talk about nonsense. Look at this post, for instance. Oh, where is it? Is it? Okay. Let me go on my community board. Look at this post, for instance. Okay, this one, the squad just talk non-stop, anything that they feel like to give us a laugh or whatever. Poor Anne Boller, she get her head chopped off, and all it took to bring down the British monarchy was a jar of jam, flour sprinkle, and a little melon. The squad talk every day, non-stop. So you telling me you're going based on what the squad are talking about? And putting it onto an organization, a well-established organization. And when it comes to highlight Harry and Meghan's work, the squad highlighted. But the squad opinion doesn't mean this is what the organization is all about. Let me open another tab just to show you what some of the Invictus posts usually. I'm way behind. There's so much I need to share with you, and I don't have enough time to share. The editing takes so much of my time, so I can't really share so many things. There's another channel, Output of Your Service. I don't even post that much anymore. Invictus. All right, there it is right here. All right, it's a year-round thing. There's this that was posted 15 hours ago. And the word, this was the strength of your wisdom and courage. Today, it is the strength of your will, your ability to overcome anything, any hardship, and the struggle for yourself, for the future, for life. Okay, President Zelensky. There's things going on year-round. January 13, they were posting things. And if you go on Output of Your Service, there was like a commercial kind of Invictus posted to show people know of the new year and things like that. I shared that on my, not my community, but on Output of Your Service. This is I think it was this one that I shared. I don't want to share that here because I will have to put screenshot and all of that. Go on Output of Your Service to see it. I didn't put any screenshot because that channel is not monetized. But anyway, this is a well-established organization. They're doing things to help the vets. So for that woman to go out of nowhere to saying it's a PR stunt, my goodness. All right, back to this. You know, I feel like that is what Invictus game was, but now I feel like it's just a PR stunt for the Sussex squad and the Sussexes. I do think that what it is them showing this is what we are. This is a brand Sussex. Nah. This is, well, you cannot tell fans how to be a fan. The squad highlight anything that PHarry and Meghan are doing. So just because the squad are talking about it, that doesn't mean this is what the organization want. The squad talk, they highlight, they give their opinion, they go beyond things. Just because the squad are talking about it, that doesn't mean this is what the organization want them to do. A fan is a fan. That's all it is. But whatever. Just have to go under their website or their wherever that organization is on social media to see what it is for yourself. She added, I just wish that it was more about those wounded soldiers, but we can see even with Meghan's involvement, which, well, where is Meghan's involvement? Get into later, that it's just become a PR thing for them. What? I remember when he was down there, I didn't really highlight what he was doing down there, but the pictures that were coming out out of his Earthshot thing were disgusting. I was like, do they really like him? Oh my God. Okay, Invictus' success, and who is also extremely jealous of his wife, who always receives more attention than he does when they are out together. That's why Kate Middleton is never earthshit by his side. It is a PR show for an extremely weak man, Prince William. Alright. Anyway, what that liar doesn't mention is that they, the UK media and their mouthpieces, make the Invictus game about PHarry and Meghan. They ignore the veterans, including their own veterans, just like the royal family does, and focus the Invictus game solely on PHarry and Meghan. That is true. That's a very good point. Okay, why this is so small? Okay, now it's too big. Okay. Especially on Meghan using the IG to attack her. And PHarry and Meghan, whom the British writes every day more than 20 articles about, including the repetition of all made-up stories, don't need IG for PR. The British media makes it about PHarry and Meghan, then blame them for it. That is true. Prince Harry is doing the same thing with IG now that he was doing as a working royal. Only thing that has changed is that he quits the royal job. Nothing has changed with what he does for the charity, but suddenly it's PR stunt then. That means all the charity the royals do is a PR stunt. And it's not PHarry who left. They kick him out. And PHarry makes the best of the situation. They are the one who makes it about the Sussexes, exactly. Yeah, and I said the squad highlight everything about the Sussexes. Harry with Ukraine Prime Minister a few months ago, therefore new Invictus initiative and final 3 shortlists for 2029 recently announced, as well as new programs roll out across several nations. Alright, her saying hateful crap just for the sake of being negative. IG existed long before there was Harry and Meghan or the squad. How lonely and pathetic her life must be that she needs that much validation. Alright, some PR. IG Whistler 534 competitors from 23 nations, estimate 125,000 spectators, generate approximately $86.1 million in overall economic activity. British Columbia, $72.7 million, and total net economic activity GDP for the Canadian economy, a $5.5 million LF for the veterans. That is true. Alright, there's that. She pushes this narrative because Harry acted independently, leaving that family with nothing to claim. Harry and Meghan, as a pair, amplify attention in a way others simply can't, and the bitterness coming from the bald-headed menace and his emaciated wife is just bitterness. This is why they don't like the squad. They come after them. The UK media will trash the IG and the veterans until 2027. Charles could stop them. If he doesn't, he is complicit in all the lies printed. Maybe Samara Gill should ask, why did the UK bid to host the Invictus game if it's a PR stunt? Prince Harry does not approach countries to host the games. Countries apply. UK needed the game to attract tourism. They are hoping the response will be like when they hosted the Olympics. Yeah, that is true. And I was talking about the Birmingham, how they bankrupt the city, I think it's the city, and then they spent so much money to host the nation, the Invictus. Next tweet. As usual, showing up and doing good. Way to go, Archwell and Prince Harry. It's good to be home supporting the community. I should have put this on my last video. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and John Mill, co-founder and CEO of Watch Duty, spent time in local Santa Barbara fire station seeing the reality that go into emergency response, checking out brush trucks and rescue ATVs, as well as thermal search and rescue drones. Right, okay, there was more. Firefighters share that Watch Duty plays a huge role in their work, and we are proud to provide them with the best information when seconds count. Giving first responders access to clear, real-time insight can shape decision that protects our neighborhood. We're proud to partner with Archwell Philanthropies, early supporters to Watch Duty during the devastating LA fires in 2025, and excited to keep building support for firefighters on the front line. That should have been in video 1. Maybe I'll remove it and put it there. Keep up the good work, and thank you to Archwell Philanthropies for their amazing support. Alright, this is awesome. Wow, Prince Harry so dedicated to his community. Service is universal. Our Prince, let's pause that. Our Prince is a man of the people. Show up the good. Amazing. And there's all of this. Alright, let's move on. Okay, now this is about the US. It's 3 tweets. No, 1 is about the US, 2 about was it ISO speed or something like that. Maybe I'll remove them and put them by themselves. You know what, let's stop the video because it's completely different topic. All right, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. I'm trying to copy something. All right, so that is it. Thank you for watching.
Lavanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better